8, and my name is Jordan Oveas. If it's your first time tuning in, I've been going live every day for pretty much almost 100 days now, and been documenting my journey for the last 288 days and building day number. Um, and yeah, really, the whole mission is to support early stage founders to fulfill their mission with what it is that they're building. That's the main goal, right? And also now I realize is to inspire others to actually create the thing that they wanted to build and build the thing that they wanted to build. So I'm also a professional magician as well for the last 23 years. And today I wanted to share, what I realized yesterday. Yesterday was Mother's Day. It was a good time. I got to spend time with family. And on the way there, we took the path less traveled. Meaning like I didn't go take the highway. Usually to go from Hamilton to Mississauga is like just an hour, like about an hour drive. And then but if you take the just off the highway, you take the normal roads, it's about close to an hour and a half, or a little bit longer if you make stops. So the cool thing is on the way there, there's so many like beautiful houses there, so many beautiful houses. And we, like I was saying yesterday, is we got to dream build, right? um, and then yeah, I think sometimes we think that okay, every day has to be like hard work and everything like that, or like grind. But sometimes on those times where you're not focused on the work and you're focused on being present, with your family and doing those kind of things, um, some things come back to you. And one of the things that came back to me is that, you know just just about a month ago, I had a group of like 12 or 13 people that were basically documenting their journey on the platform that I built called Day Number, which tracks how many days you've been building. Um, so that's your day number, and then it also uh, allows you to document your journey in real time and allow you to share that with others publicly, right? So yeah, I had about 12 or 13 people commit to doing like a 30-day challenge. And at one point, I remember I had 10 people log in that day, including myself. And it happened a couple times within the last 30 days. And there was mostly about 5 to 6 people that were logging. But, it was, yeah, the thing that worked was I got a group of people together to commit to see document their progress for the next 30 days. So I got to just basically do that again, right? This month, reach out to people, say, hey, look, I'm putting together another group of people. We did this last month with 12, 13 people. These are the results. And I can actually, why not get testimonials as well? That's another thing too, is, and then add those to day number and see basically what their feedback is as well. I mean, the main thing that I'm getting here is that you want to double down on what's already working. Don't, if something worked once, do it again, and then do it again, and then just keep. That's how companies are built, is they found something that works, and then they kept serving more people and repeating it, right? And you're always improving. You're always improving. In terms of what your service is, what you're doing. Um, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna continue to improve that skill, right? There's some people that do acting, let's say they do, or they're in sports or they're investing. Uh, they have a playbook pretty much once that they figured out. However, they always continue to improve that playbook. They always continue to improve it, right? Because there's always going to be, especially with different ways the economy shift or how the world operates, with technology as well. There's so many ways that you can improve eventually over time. And then there's things that you didn't see before in the past. Now you're seeing them, right? So I think that's one of the things that we have to realize is like sometimes even Alex Ramosi says this a lot, is like the answer is more often more oftentimes more often than not the real answer is more. Hey, Udaya Ashwita, welcome. Morning. And I have some of my Kangen water here. This water here I've been drinking since 2016. Basically it's electrolyzed reduced water. Okay, what that means is that it yeah basically what it does is it allows you to it restructures the water into like smaller sizes, and they're negatively charged. So what that does is that that negative charge allows the positive charge in the cell to be attracted. Opposites attract, right? And so it allows the cells to absorb the water better, and then rehydrate the cell, and then also clean, and clean the cell, right? So in your body, and so therefore it's detoxifying. I could say I can't make claims or stuff like that, but it's definitely helped me like stay well. Even if I gotten sick, it's like it's very rare. You know, so that's the main thing. But try to drink a gallon a day. I don't know. Let's look at these. Check that out. This guy here. Yeah. So what are you guys up to today? Where are you guys all tuning in from? Yeah, it is kind of cold right now. You can see my hands are a little bit red. Yeah. What are you guys up to today? Or where are you guys tuning in from? Always check that out. Welcome, welcome everyone. Just here before work. Hey, Mattia Hasono. How's it going? Doing great, doing great. Thanks for tuning in. Where are you tuning in from? Good morning, everyone. Or I don't know where you're at, but if you're in another part of the world like Australia or the UK, it's probably the afternoon now, right? Right now it's morning for me just before work. So, where are you guys tuning in from today? All right, let's go. Some birds over there, talking to storm. Where's everybody tuning in from today? Like to name shout out. Yeah, it's just cool to know who's like where people are coming from. Like I'm surprised too. I'm surprised like on the reach of like where like I've reached Australia, I've reached India, I reached obviously Canada where I'm from, the U.S. Where else? The UK. So definitely, yeah, definitely really cool to see like different parts of the world. Germany, even so apparently Antarctica. I don't know if that's true because some people they just want to say like, oh yeah, this is where I'm from. But yeah, so double down on what it is that you guys have been working on that has been working, and that's what I need to do. Just repeat what I did last month, and then use that as a way to see, like, because that's what helped me to actually get going and started with documenting for the last 288 days. If it's your first time tuning in, that's what I've been doing and building with the intent to help early stage founders to take their impossible idea and make it possible, right? So yeah, that's the key. Is you just want to do more of what actually worked, because we keep thinking, oh, like, what's the next best way? Like, yes, we can improve on what it is that has been working, but we're always trying to think of what's the next best way. But in the beginning, like, it's like you just got to do what you've always been doing. Like, I've been reading Michael Dell's biography, like I've been saying, and one of the things he just kept scaling was him making custom computers for a cheaper price for his customers, right? And he went to where his customers would be, like computer enthusiasts or enterprises that needed, like, proper setup computers that were custom made for them. So he really grew really quick, and he always dreamed big. He wanted to compete with IBM, right? That was his. He wanted to be better than them. He loved what it is that he was doing, and he also loved giving that same feeling of uh, a custom computer. He basically said, look, IBM, what they're doing is they're taking parts from all different suppliers. He's like, I'm just gonna and doing a markup on it, right? So he's like, I could put together great computers uh, with all the parts and source them like better, and sell them for cheaper, right? So, and he kept repeating that and repeating that, and he, like, by the time he was going to college, he was like well off already, right? So, and then after, he didn't continue his first year because his business was growing so fast. He had that strong desire to, so he just kept repeating it and scaling it, repeating and scaling it, and then after, to the point where he was still doing the main thing that he was doing even till now, selling computers, but they've just added different complementary services, right? So, but he's still doing the same thing, right? And there's some people that have so it's just finding a process that works for you and repeating it over and over again. And that's what I did even in even in magic. When I do magic, there's different tricks that I've done for 20 years now. For the last 23 years, I started 23 years ago, and there's been different tricks. Like, for example, this is one of the oldest forms of, let's say, an object that people use to perform magic. Funny enough, it's so odd, right? And maybe because cards were very common, um, back whenever people started practicing doing tricks with them. But the most you can always improve. What I'm saying is, you can always improve. So one trick that I do all the time is taking a card from the top, putting it in the middle. All right, you can see it's in the middle, right? And then let's see if I could do this properly. But look, goes to the top, right? So that's one of the, and you can always improve that, right? You can always get better at that. You could do one where it's like you got the jack, and then you put like a signature on it. Yeah, let's write somebody's name here. Um, let's see, Hasono. Mattia Hasono. Let's see. Let's just put Mattia here. Mattia. Okay, Mattia. If she's still on. So we take Mattia's card, and we're gonna put it somewhere about halfway, right? You can see it's about halfway, right? It's about halfway. I'm gonna push it in and watch. We're just gonna let it raise one by one. One, two, three. That's good. See, you could do that trick. Like, see, the basics of that trick is so basic, but you can take it to another level every single time. And see, I haven't learned many new tricks, but I just kept improving the ones that I've been doing that have been working. And even David Blaine, he's done this trick to back in 2000 and, no 1997 when his first special on Street Magic he released. And then when I seen a recent one of him with Jeff Bezos, he did the same trick, right? Where the card comes to the top. But he's gotten better at it. I see him make improvements, but he still goes to the ones that I've been working. And not to say that he doesn't add new tricks, because people love to see that. But he definitely continues to go back to some of the things that have been working and continues to improve on it, right? So this is a big reminder for myself, even like, um, stop trying to look for the next best thing. It's very simple, and that's what Elon Musk talks about is um, in his process. He says question all requirements, meaning like sometimes people get bogged down by certain things that they think they have to do throughout the process. Let's say of making cars, there's certain parts or certain stages of making the car that if it could be eliminated, then it'll make the process faster, right? Because most people want to scale. They want to do, what's the most scalable thing? But even Paul Graham says, do the things that don't scale, right? So he's like, Elon Musk says the best part is no part, right? So if we can reduce that's why it's like, take that one process and do it so well. And that's why he says question all requirements, right? And usually it's somebody who made up that requirement, and we don't even know why, right? But what's this called? Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That was sick. Yeah. So question all requirements. Um, and then the second thing is delete anything that's not needed. Like recently, I updated my app, and before I had like five tabs actually. I was like, oh man, this feels kind of weird. So I deleted two of them, and now I only have three, and it feels way better. So you just got that's the second part, delete, and then the third thing is simplify, right? How can we make it simpler? You know, the easier the process. Like if something was instant, like if you wanted something to be instant, let's just say, we take where's that card again? The Jack of Okay, the Jack of Clubs. Matthias card here, right? And say we lose it in the deck somewhere. Okay. Hey, Sehi, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Take the deck of cards. We give it a good shuffle, and we take any one of these cards here. Okay. This is not Matthias. It's another signed card from somebody. Um, but imagine if things like the thing that you're looking to solve, like you wanted something instant, like okay, you want to solve a problem. So let's say even making a car. Imagine you could just press a button and boom, a car is made, right? So that's how say he says, hey, how old are you, man? How old are you, man? 35, man. 35. Been doing magic for 23 years. 23 years now. Yeah. First time when I seen David Blaine, like that was that was what got me into it. So yeah, so if you could do things instantly, that's better. So why not, you gotta reduce. So how do you reduce and simplify? What it is that you're doing. So this is a simple way to find your card. Check this out. You just have to flick it. Boom. That's Matthias' card right there. So you want to get to that place of simplifying. Once you can simplify, then you automate that process. Okay? So it's repeatable. You don't have to even think about it. It just goes on its own. And then you scale, right? You scale that. Scaling is like last once you've gone through all that. Because you don't want to scale what doesn't work, right? You want to scale what does work. And that's simple enough for it could be repeatable. It also makes it things cheaper, less time, right? Time and money is saved, right? So we want to get to that point of like instant manifestation, right? Hang on, let's see if I can do this. And then, this is one of the first things I learned is how to make cards appear and disappear. Okay, so I gotta head in soon. I'll post a link in the description after this is uploaded. So make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, so you can see when I post this. I go live every single day. Um, but there's a course that I did 10 years ago. Okay, when I was actually traveling, I was in Rome. I was with my cousins and my uncle, and I created a course of how to do some simple magic tricks and be able to use them to approach anyone, anywhere, anytime. Because that was the main thing that got me about David Blaine is he could approach somebody anywhere, anyone, anywhere, anytime, and completely blow their minds, right? And so I wanted to have that power to actually blow people's minds, in that way, like anytime. And that's why I always carry cards with me because you never know, right? Like the other day, I was walking into a business, and it was like an area where people can rent out. There's like arcade games, and people, have parties there booked out. And yeah, the place is called Joe Dogs in Hamilton. Go check it out. Um, and yeah, I did some magic then. Just see, hey, look, if you ever have a party or a venue, you want to hire me, bring me in, you know, I can do some magic for you guys. So, Sehi 8829, thank you. Yeah, just put yeah, in the description of what I was gonna say is that I created um, I created a course that teaches you how to overcome your fear of like failure and rejection by using magic to break that ice, with a random person, right? And that builds your confidence, and then you create the success cycle of, success builds confidence. So you have that win of like, okay, overcoming that fear. Confidence creates activity, okay, and so you're gonna do more of it. So that's how I started. I felt good to like blow somebody's mind that I never even met, and then I kept doing it over and over again. I kept getting better at the same tricks. I've been doing the same tricks for the last 23 years, but I just kept improving it, and adding some parts here and there, right? And then that activity over time becomes, habitual, meaning you're doing it automatically, right? So just like what I was talking about earlier, um, with Elon Musk's processes, question all requirements. Like when I'm doing a certain move, do I have to do that? Do I have to like do some crazy shuffles so that you can be impressed, or do I just do the trick? Or do I have to hide the fact that I'm using like two of the same cards? or can I actually show you it and still make it work, right? So that's like questioning the requirements in relation to a trick, and then delete what doesn't need to be there after you got done that. Delete whatever is not necessary, right? Just like a trick, like I was showing you earlier. Maybe you don't even need to have words, right? See, I'm telling you, watch. There you go. I mean, yeah, obviously. Then all you have to do to bring it back. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Shout out to Whip Hungs, Sehi, Matia, and Udaya Ashiwata. Day number 288. I'm out. Have a great day.